Welcome to The Upset. I'm your host, Angel Salcedo, together with Tim O'Sullivan, John Newton, and Johnny Manocchia. Our first topic today, Emerson baseball. They went 3-6 over their spring training. They lost 14-1 against New Jersey City. How do we feel about our spring training trip?
Well, it definitely could have been better. I mean, let's be honest here. They went 3-6. To be fair, last year wasn't really a great year for them. I'm sure they don't have too high of expectations, but really I wasn't that pleased with what I saw. They gave up about 6 runs per game. I didn't see much of a pitching stats online, but 6 runs per game, and the offense was really down. I mean, they have a slash line of 230, 300, and 275. Not great. I don't know how much you know about baseball. That's not great. That needs to improve. But there are their bright spots. You have Neil Perry, Emerson Athlete of the Week, batting .435.
Jesus.
Joe Pa batting .360, and Joe Cuccio at .350. So if we have those players continue to get their productivity, maybe some singles turn into doubles, maybe those doubles eventually, lead to runs, I think they'll be in a better spot than they are right now.
Look, you go down there to have fun. Obviously, you want to get some wins, but you go down to get into the season. It's good weather. You're finally back in that groove. But guys, they're playing tough competition. This isn't Northeast out of conference teams. You're not playing a team like Endicott. No, you're playing like a Florida team that gets to play baseball all year round. So I can't expect these guys to go in going 9-0.
That's right.
3-6, obviously not what you want. But the competition's tough.
But then what do you say about that 14-1 loss? And we're talking Florida teams who play all year round. This is a New Jersey City team, Northeast team. So, I mean, what can you even say about that one?
I mean, hey, it's tough. We don't play New Jersey teams, right? We play Massachusetts. I'm serious.
Baseball is baseball.
Baseball is baseball. It doesn't matter where you come from. I mean, it does matter in a sense because Florida gets to play all year round.
No, but look, if we're playing a California team, I expect to get smoked by a California team.
But not by a New Jersey team. New Jersey team.
It doesn't say everything, right?
Look, I mean, that's my thought on it. All right? I'm not expecting to go 9-0. I'm looking at try to go out 500. But.
Tim, you were telling me they're having struggles to get some extra base hits on the boards. What can you tell us about that?
Like I said, they only have 1 extra base hit. They are only averaging 1 extra base hit per game, and no one on the team has more than 1 extra base hit this whole season so far, all 9 games. That needs to improve.
Yeah.
Quite
That
simply.
means the only good thing you take away from that is at least multiple people are stepping up at certain occasions.
That's right.
And that is good. But you don't have much on pitching. But let me tell you, I did interview star pitcher and Renaissance man Sam Knox. We talked about him on the show before.
Wow.
And just to reiterate, I talked to him in September when he guaranteed a New Max championship.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
That's a big promise.
I'm pretty sure that's just him talking more than he's actually guaranteeing.
Look,
it.
I'm not
I mean, to
gonna
be fair,
doubt
he did win his first start. He won his first start.
He won his first start. You cannot knock on him. He
That's
did
fair.
his job when he came.
I'm just going to be honest. I don't think they're going to do it, but hey, prove me wrong, right? That's right.
Prove us wrong. Prove us
He's
wrong.
He's going Joe Namath on the baseball
That's
diamond.
right. Absolutely.
We're going to do it.
They got to start hitting.
I mean, well, it's a part of the game. I mean, it's the biggest part of the game.
It's the biggest part of the game.
It's almost like batting's half the game.
Well,
hey, John, we get it.
I'm gonna disagree with you there. Okay, there's an old adage. I'm a big baseball guy.
Really?
Pitching wins championships. All right, and I see that embodied in the Emerson softball team. Little segue.
Okay.
We have Neely Edelson, good friend of mine. She was actually New Max softball pitcher of the week. She went 5-0 in her 3 games started with a couple relief appearances.
That's
Obviously,
ridiculous.
1.7 ERA.
Woo.
Absolutely lighting up the game down in Florida.
Dirty.
They went 7-1. From what I heard, an inside source, I heard that they were expecting to do better, which shows me that they are very hungry. They're very excited for this season. They have high expectations. Okay, I expect them to be at the top of their game this year.
This is amazing. First of all, she's a freshman.
Yeah.
And she comes out and just puts on a clinic down against some strong competition, like we said with the men's team. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean,
like that.
24.2 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts.
That's
14 strikeouts. I mean, this isn't baseball we're talking. This is softball where it's much. I mean, it's not easier per se to get it, but realistically, batting averages tend to be higher in softball than they are in baseball.
That's true.
So, to pitch that 24.2 innings, have 14 strikeouts, that is ridiculous.
No, that's good stuff.
You know, and again, this team is very good right now, and we've talked about it. Emerson has a lot of young teams. This team's young.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
Another one.
They have
another one.
3 big freshmen right now, absolutely producing. Like I said, Elston doing really well. You have Lindsay Lowe.
Mhm.
She's at the top of the team or close to it with 28 at bats. She has a 4.29 average.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
She's been
You
doing
also have
great.
Maddie Tomic, I believe it's pronounced.
Mhm.
She only has 13 at bats, a little bit of a smaller sample size, but she's batting over 500, 538. It's looking good for the future. It's looking good for this year, and yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do up here in New England.
Yeah.
For the rest of the season.
It's going to be, it's going to come down to that conference schedule. Can you produce?
Absolutely.
Obviously, Neely lit it up down in Florida. Can she continue this hot streak against the NewMac teams? And that's how you earn yourself kind of those crowns and a title.
Yeah, you talk about good competition down south, but the NewMac is one of the most competitive conferences
It is.
in the northern United States.
But give me a sec on that. It's tough to say that with baseball and softball because you can't play these sports year round.
Yeah. That's a good
absolutely
point.
true.
So
No,
it's-
it's not.
Yeah, it's tougher, but I totally agree.
Yeah.
Every other sport, NewMac's big time.
And one more thing about Neely Edelson, she has top 5 in 2 NewMac categories, ERA and wins. She's first in wins, 5-0 we said before, and she is tied for 4th in ERA.
Not bad.
I
Wow.
mean, when you have a freshman coming in, we said it before, it's still crazy to see.
It's unbelievable.
You can't say more about it. Moving on to another Emerson sport, Emerson lacrosse. They had their season openers.
Oh yeah.
Girls lacrosse lost 19-8 to John Carroll, and they went 0-2 in their first 2 games. Emily Quinn had 4 goals that game, and boys lax went 3-0. So our very own Jawan Kim, not with us today, but it's on that field getting the reps in,
Absolutely.
paying off 3-0.
Yeah. This team looks good. They're hungry. Another young team that we continue to talk about. It seems to be a theme here in Emerson, which is good. But I saw Tim and I were at that first game.
We were supposed to announce.
We were supposed to get
Didn't
the
work
call,
out.
but we didn't get it. I can't tell you why on that, but we stopped by, and you could just see this team. I mean, these guys are hungry. They want it.
Ferocious.
And it actually came in an overtime goal.
Double overtime.
Double
That's right.
overtime.
That's
Joe Myers.
Showtime.
Joe.
Go.
Beautiful
That's
nip
good. Show
from the
that's
left
right.
side of the net, and whoo, it was a nip, and it was good stuff. And they ran, they celebrated, and that's something I really wanted to see out of these guys. You could just tell how hungry they were, which was good.
A few months ago, we were looking at Emerson basketball teams. We were talking about who has the clutch gene. This team has the clutch gene. 3-0. They've gone deep. They've been in close games. And what have they done? They've come up with W's. And then so many teams, we're going to talk about March Madness a little bit, so many of these teams who are in the field have not been clutch down the stretch. They've lost to these top 25 national ranked teams. But looking at this Emerson men's lacrosse team, when push comes to shove and in tight games, they find a way to get it done, overcome adversity. Earlier in the season, that's going to help them so much down the road, potentially in the postseason. Shifting over to women now, Emily Quinn, 4 goals,
4
right?
goals, yeah.
She's coming off an
She lit it up.
ACL injury, and that's one of the toughest injuries to overcome in sports.
The problem is you can't win games without defense. It's common knowledge. Everyone knows it. You can't let a team drop 19 on you and then expect that Emily Quinn is just going to have a daily game of 4 goals a game every.
No, what I'm saying is coming off an injury
Oh,
like
no,
that,
it's
she's going to
yeah,
only
it's
get better.
Yeah, of course.
And like 4 goals already just coming back from an ACL injury.
But how much better can she get in relative to the team?
So much better,
You
'cause
can't
she's getting into
expect
the
her to make up for a 19-point deficit
Yeah.
or a 19-point goals allowed performance there. It's
Early on?
It's
Okay.
good. You can have good offense, and there's kind of a joke saying, or at least I interpret it as a joke. The best defense is a good offense,
Yeah.
but that can only get you so far. You need to be a little bit
Realistic,
better in order to compete at a high level.
And
Sorry, Angel.
Yeah.
One thing I will say before we move on to the next segment, but about the men's lacrosse team is they're not a deep team. They don't have a lot of players. The game we were at, Tim, they played Mount Ida, who pretty big lacrosse school, but I mean none of us have really haven't heard of Mount Ida. They had about
Negatory.
35 to 40 players, and Emerson
Still couldn't get it done.
Yeah,
Certainly seemed like
exactly. That's good. That's a good sign. But
Quality
Emerson
over
had
quantity.
about 18, 19 guys. In lacrosse, a physical sport.
Yeah.
Injuries are going to happen. This team's got to be durable. That's really all I can say.
And one thing in defense of that, I mean, what you're saying is correct, but there's a running gag at
Never
Emerson
wrong.
that okay. I wouldn't go that far. Let's slow it down a little bit. But there's a running gag at Emerson lately that's been saying the Emerson women's basketball team is going to be the only team in the 2017-2018 season to make the playoffs. And
well, I
don't know if I can say that.
That's all right.
Because the way I'm seeing the men's lacrosse team playing, they're playing like they want it, and that's not. And usually we don't see that from Emerson teams.
Softball as well.
Yeah,
That's
softball
what
as
I was
well.
going to bring up.
So I mean, these teams actually look like they want to win, and they want to put in the work to win. And when you have that will, what else can you ask for?
That's why Johnny's used the word hunger 6 or 7 times, because these teams are that intense already early on in the season. He means it.
I mean it.
He wouldn't
sure.
say that if he didn't mean it.
That's
Sure.
right. The ability to go in, you're absolutely gassed, not nearly as many subs, in double overtime,
Yeah.
and still be able to come out with a victory. It's impressive.
That's
all it
hunger.
is.
Hunger.
Digging deep.